Hello, my name's Alex, and today I'm going to be talking about PIPs. So what is a PIP, you may ask? A PIP stands for Personal Interest Projects, and it is where we pursue our own interests through many collaborative efforts with other people. So for us, we were given a topic of global climate change. We had to pursue that topic by finding an innovative way of stopping it or preventing it, and we had to create a viable source or a tangible piece of evidence that says we helped reduce it.
So for my project, I did mine on vegan smoothies, and our community partner was Down to Earth. And a community partner is someone who helps you and helps you revise your project or your idea. And a client is a person who you're trying to sell it to, basically your item that you created. Okay, that's it.
A proposal for our PIP, it was asking certain questions. So for example, one question would be how would this work, how would it affect academic rigor, partnerships, and for our proposal we had to make sure every single one of those options were a viable source. So we had to make sure that for our PIP proposal we could use all of those sources and implement all of the different criteria for this year-long project. So on the days that our prototypes were due, we came into class, we brought our prototype out, and we shared with groups of widely assorted projects. So for example, us, since we were doing a cooking project, we could have shared with a group who was doing a project about skateboards, or another group that was doing a project about botanical gardens or some kind of campaign. So I think this helped with groups that don't have our perspective, is because we got to see how effective our product was in teaching people about global climate change, and we also were able to educate a lot of people about topics that they weren't doing or they weren't interested in, and I feel like it happened to us vice versa. We learned a lot about their topics and they learned a lot about ours.
That we prepared for our PIP presentation, we had a rubric beforehand, so we knew what was expected of us. And when we went through our dry run, we talked about our project, the problem, our solution, and how it would affect the environment. We actually had to do mathematical statements on if people used our products, then how would it affect the environment and the amount of CO2 going into the atmosphere.
So a daily workday would look like it would be a block period for 2 days during the week. So we'd have about like 3 hours. And what we'd first do was our teachers would check in with us on what we need to do and the deadlines, and we would go over the requirements of the project again. And usually we made lists, and our teachers told us to make a Gantt chart to write how many things that need to get done by this certain date. So our last assignment of reflection was we had to write an essay on ourselves, on what our successes, failures were this year in MPX 10. And we had to follow the rubric of STAR, which is situation, task, action, and results. And it helped me look back at myself because it helped me reminisce the times when I had failures with my team or I had successes with them. And it really made me think as a person that it's good to reflect on yourself because you know what you're going through, and it's good to look back and learn from your mistakes.